The world needs soybeans, the world needs protein, and we're the right people to deliver.
Hello, and welcome to this edition of the State of Soy. We're here today with Kirk Leeds, the CEO of the Iowa Soybean Association. Kirk, tell us a little bit about how Iowa Soybean has been remaining true to their values in supporting farmers for almost 60 years.
Well, first of all, I haven't been here all 60 years, so that's a vicious rumor that's been going around. But in my over 3 decades here, I'm really proud of the leadership our farmers have shown over and over again to think long-term about the future of the industry. Farming and agriculture is a year-to-year seasonal activity, but the farmers who have served on the board have thought about what does the research look like in the next 10 years, 20 years? What are the long-term economic development opportunities? Where's the next market for soybeans? That's a value of our organization, it's a strength of our organization, and it's one that I hope will continue into the future.
Throughout your 30 years at Iowa Soybean Association, what keeps you going? What fuels your drive to support Iowa soybean farmers and the agriculture industry?
Well, first of all, it's the farmers and the needs. They are salt of the earth, they're the great people to work with, they're appreciative of the work we do. But beyond that, it's the excitement of the constant change we see in agriculture, the growth. For example, when I started in the early 1990s, we hadn't sold a single bushel of soybeans to China. In my career, I've seen that become the largest market in the world. We're exporting about 60% of all the soybeans traded in the world go to China. I've seen the development of biodiesel. I've seen incredible advancements in biotechnology and technology. So it's the change, it's the ongoing challenges, but it's a positive outlook. The world needs soybeans, the world needs protein, and we're the right people to deliver.
Tapping into those export markets has been a huge part of your role as CEO, along with a lot of those other trade missions that you've been on, whether it's to Egypt, Morocco, China, Chile. What have you experienced going to those different countries, and how can farmers see that shift their demand for soybeans?
Well, first of all, I'd say a lot of those markets, a lot of the people in those countries are the same. At the end of the day, we want to feed our kids, we want to educate our kids, we want our kids to be better off than we are. And so when we come there with an opportunity to increase the health of citizens around the world in each one of these countries, particularly on the protein side, it's rewarding. And having traveled with farmers countless times into these markets and seeing how farmers are revered and respected around the world, people know that U.S. farmers are feeding the world, and they're always appreciative of that. But beyond that, we've seen the increasing sophistication of our customers. When I first started doing this work, our customers really didn't understand the basics of trade. They didn't understand the marketplace. We spent a lot of time introducing soy into animal rations. Now we're evolving beyond that. It's really more about what are the future traits, what are the future opportunities. It's about aquaculture. So again, change, evolution, more sophisticated buyers, and fortunately our product is still readily available and it's the highest quality in the world. And we also need a government policy that supports trade and continues to look for ways to open markets, not to close markets.
Looking at the work that Iowa Soybean Association does, a lot of it is driven by the soybean checkoff. Can you tell us a little bit about that checkoff and what farmers do with the checkoff?
Well, it was started in 1991, at least the national checkoff program was. It's 1/2 of 1% of net market value, and those funds are collected from every farmer in the U.S. 50% of those dollars in Iowa stay with the Iowa Soybean Association to be invested by our board of directors. 50% of ours and all the other states goes on the United Soybean Board to invest in activities. In our state, a lot of that money goes to research, to continue to make sure that we have the most efficient farmers who are able to compete internationally and globally, but a lot of it's also on the demand side. It is a program for farmers, by farmers, overseen by farmers. Our board of 22 volunteer farmers makes decisions at every board meeting about how we best invest those dollars, and we take that responsibility seriously, and I'm very proud of the leadership, again, that our farmers are providing.
Looking to the future, what is Iowa Soybean Association most excited about?
Well, I'm excited about the growth. We have the whole discussion of biofuels and the demand for vegetable oil, particularly soybean oil. That's exciting. I'm excited about the technologies that are coming, both in seed technologies and herbicides. We're going to get some new products in the next few years, but most of that I'm excited about the growth. The world needs soybeans. The world needs our soybeans. It needs protein, it needs vegetable oil. So I'm excited about those opportunities. I would encourage any young person out there who's thinking about a career, whether you grew up on a farm or not, to think about agriculture. I'm a testament to the fact I'm not an Aggie. I didn't grow up on a farm. I've never farmed in my life, but to work in agriculture and try to feed a hungry world and to supply food and feed to the world is really important.
You heard it here. The future is bright for agriculture and Iowa soybean farmers. Reporting for this episode of The State of Soy, I'm Michaela McGill.
Do you remember when you first believed that anything was possible? Do you remember when you had doubt? Obstacles you couldn't overcome? Do you remember when you pushed through the pain and refused to quit? Remember, He created you for this.